All right, women's wrestling head coach Travis Mercado, Hania, Halverson, Sophia, Cornish. Coach, you ended the RMAC dual season on a high note with a win last week and got to honor your seniors. How special of a night was that, and kind of a great way to end, I guess, kind of the regular season in some regards.
Yeah, we'll start with that. I'm recognizing the seniors. With Isabeau, Shellac, and Genesis, the last two of like the original group, if you will, not necessarily the very first year, but that first real big recruiting class that we had. So it was really special to kind of finally send them off with a big bang in a home duel. We don't get a lot of home duels out here, and I'm very thankful that Adams State came out as part of our conference schedule to honor our seniors that night. And then same thing with Erica. She's been here for 4 years. All three of them have tremendously impacted our program and have been a big staple of why we're where we're at today, right? And you think of Genesis, right? A 4-time All-American. Bo was an All-American her freshman year, and then really kind of started doing stuff internationally with beach wrestling. Eric had been at the national tournament every year and an All-American last year, kind of breaking through. So on the athletic side and then academically, they've been fantastic, great leaders. So it was fun to finally give them that last home duel. I don't think Isabel Shellac had actually been able to wrestle at home ever, and she picked up a big fall. Genesis coming back from her surgeries this spring after the national tournament and getting a big win at home. Erica picking up a forfeit. Unfortunately, Adams didn't have anybody at 145. So, but getting into the duel, right? Freshmen highlight the lineup like they have been all year. It's been really fun to have this group of freshmen, and then I think the way that they've been approaching every duel, every opportunity to compete, it really only elevates the upperclassmen. They get to see these freshmen who are hungry and want to compete and want to be successful. And I think it only brings more energy and excitement into the program, into the team, into everybody stepping onto the mat. It was a great crowd. It was one of the biggest crowds I think we've had in a while. Thanks for the men's wrestling team for wrestling first because they brought some of their fans, and it was great. I was really excited about the whole week. I can't wait to get back on the mat this weekend. And, we still have one more one more away duel at Adams next week. But really on our mind right now is the RMAC Championship.
Great segue into that year number 2 of the sport in the conference and the conference championships. What kind of extra special motivation or excitement level is there about this tournament coming up Saturday?
It's just another tournament. At the end of the day, it's another opportunity to compete for us. I just said in practice, like, it's not anything special. It's important, but it's not anything special. So we're going to approach it that way. It's an opportunity for us to go and compete, hunt down some head-to-head competitions for the regional seeding procedure, and also an opportunity to, again, win an RMAC championship, right? We fortunately finished second behind Simon Fraser in the regular season dual meet, and it's an opportunity where we get to have an chance to show that maybe we're a better team overall, right? Not in a duelist meet setting. So I'm really excited about that opportunity. Both Hania and Sophia are seeded number 1 in the tournament. So again, Hania gets an opportunity to be back-to-back RMAC champ. Sophia, as a freshman, gets her opportunity to be a first-time RMAC champion. So really looking forward to that. Hoping to bring home that cool silver RMAC Cup as a part of the weekend.
Hania, Coach mentioned it there. You won last year's inaugural championship and get a chance to defend this weekend. How special was that, thinking back a year ago, and does that give you a little extra excitement, or is there some nervousness about year 2 going into this weekend for you?
I think it was really cool, like, getting to be a part of the first ever RMAC championship. Like, that's just a cool deal either way, if you win or you lose. But yeah, it was just fun. Like, it was a fun opportunity to almost practice that same competition and experience before going into regionals. So yeah, that was just a good time, and it was fun being with my team and getting to celebrate with them too, and then keep getting after it. But yeah, I think going into this weekend, I want to just go out there and wrestle my best and do the things that I've been working on in practice and trying to execute things well, I guess, and have fun. But yeah, I guess in any match you ever have, you can put pressure on yourself, but not letting the pressure or the excitement distract from what it is. It's just a wrestling match. So yeah.
Sophia, we've talked with several of the freshmen throughout the season. There's so many of you doing so many great things. What has that been like from your perspective to not be the only freshman in a lineup and kind of the youngster having that extra camaraderie there, but then also the leadership from the upperclassmen?
I think it's really cool. I mean, there's so many of us freshmen. It's like, we are underclassmen, but we almost outnumber the upperclassmen. So I feel like in a way I'm kind of lucky. It's not really my freshman year or not getting picked on, but like typical, because we kind of outnumber them. So, but then we have people that we can look up to, like Genesis, and Bo, and Erica and everything. So we get the best of both worlds. We get to have fun as us freshmen, but then there's older girls that we can really look up to and follow in their footsteps.
Now, Coach, with the regular season happening, that very close loss to Simon Fraser, how much do you guys talk about trying to get your get back, if you will, at those guys come the postseason?
Not to sound like, I don't know, cocky or arrogant, but we lost to Simon Fraser in a duel last year, and we finished 5th in the country with 6 All-Americans. They finished in the top 10 and 1 All-American. That's our get back. We lost a duel meet in a last-second throw attempt by the girl from Simon Fraser and pinned Bo, who's pretty difficult to throw and pin. And then last year we lost, I think, by 2 points in a close, tight race duel. My get back isn't, all right, we're going to show them. We're just going to go out and perform. Like, they won a duel. There's no reason to give anything back, honestly. Like, when you start thinking about that, you have that added weight of like, well, we got to do this. And really, we don't have to do anything. We get to go and compete, and we get to go and wrestle. And if everybody performs at the level that I expect them to and know that they can, we'll come out on top. And if we don't, that's all right. I'm really competitive, and I know that sometimes gets lost when I'm like, we lost. Like, but that's what it is. We lost. We didn't perform poorly. It was really one match. Bo doesn't get pinned, we win. And that's not Isabeau's fault. We had 9 other girls wrestle, and 9 other girls contributed to that team score. So really the focus is, like Hania said, like, what are my best skill sets? How am I going to manage this emotion in the match, right? It's Sophia's looking at, right, I know this is an opportunity to, go to the RMAC for the first time and celebrate that and enjoy that. And both of them are going to use this as a learning opportunity to prep for the regional championship, weighing in 2 hours, ready to go, right? Away, not at home, sleeping in a hotel, right? The great thing about the regional championship is we went to Texas Women's earlier this year. We're going to stay in the same hotel. We're going to get the same minivans. We're going to do all the same exact things, so it's not any really different. So really, this is just a way for us to be prepared for regionals and nationals. And, like I said, my get back is we're going to have more All-Americans and place higher at the national tournament. And that's what I'm looking forward to, is having a great regional championship and a great national tournament, not necessarily getting Simon Fraser back this weekend.
Some late breaking news. One of your team members, Genesis, getting RMAC Wrestler of the Week. Another kind of feather in the cap of this program. You talked about it kind of in the open, but what has she meant to you? The squad, although she hasn't been able to wrestle much competitively this season, just kind of throughout her career and being in the room, working her way back?
I think I said this after the duel on Saturday. Like, I'm so grateful for Genesis in more ways than just her winning wrestling matches. Like, that's just a byproduct of who she is as a young lady. Her nickname's the Silent Assassin, right? And she was given that nickname by an administrator a handful of years ago because he watched one of our wrestling duels and he got to know Genesis. And he was like, man, that girl doesn't talk. But then I watch her wrestle and she just goes out there like a ninja and just kills the girl. So he's like, that's the Silent Assassin. And Genesis is a silent leader, right? At any point during practice, training, strength conditioning, you can look over and Jen's getting it done, right? Whether she's 1 week post-surgery or full go. And I think the girls have always been able to look towards what am I supposed to be doing? Where's Genesis? That's how she's been as a leader. She's been fantastic academically for us, so she's just like the whole package. And I think anybody in the nation would be lucky to have Genesis or a Genesis on their team, and just the way that she upholds herself, upholds her teammates, brings excitement to wrestling, and just kind of is, like I said, a silent leader and leads by example of how to do things the right way all the time.
Sophia, you get to take her on being in the lower weights in practice. How tough is she in practice, and what have you been able to learn from her in the few months you've been a teammate with her?
Honestly, I haven't wrestled her though. I don't think I've wrestled her at all this season, but I mean, Travis is so right. Like, just her silence is so moving in the room. Like, I don't know. When I'm around her, I want to do better. Like, I'm always trying to prove myself to her, you know. But she's amazing to look up to. She's kind of scary too. So.
The nickname stands, right? All right, question of the week, and it's something off the ball a little bit. If you could but had to stay in the same weather season, spring, winter, summer, or fall, and couldn't leave that season, which would you choose and why?
Do I get to choose my location?
Sure.
All right, it's summer on a tropical beach somewhere, all day, every day.
Why?
Oh, why? Because, I mean, growing up in California, I was 30 minutes away from the beach, and that's what we did. We just went to the beach, and it's fun, surfing, body surfing, not wakeboarding, like skimboarding, all of the beach water sports. It's really relaxing to just sit in the sand and hear the waves. Like, if you just want to like sit, that's like a really like a favorite like way for me to like just kind of reset, is to sit and listen to the waves. It's like one of my favorite things to do when I get the opportunity to go back home.
Yeah, mine's the same as Travis. I'm from Southern California, and I'm like 15 minutes from the beach. So if I could just be at the beach all the time, then in summer, then I would be.
I also would say, I'm not from California, but I would say summer and at the beach on a tropical island.
Had enough winters in Montana, right?
Yep.
All right, great answers. Good luck this weekend in the championship season.
Thank you.
Man, I can't believe you guys said the exact same thing. I was like, no, Travis, you're taking my idea.